Hi, I'm Carolina, and today I just wanted to do a quick video to explain to you how I use the three-step technique that I talk about in my previous video, how I used it to basically stop the habit that I had of waking up in the morning with pretty bad anxiety. I said in that previous video that I would do some little videos to tell you how I use that technique in different scenarios. So this is the first one, and I really hope it's helpful for you. With the morning anxiety, I had it as a child. I remember even like when I was 10, at one point throwing up every morning for, I don't know, maybe it was a few weeks or a few months. So I was already susceptible to it. During being a teenager, I also had a little bit of it, but it was really bad when from about 21 to 40. There was about 3 years of that where I didn't have morning anxiety, and that was when I was taking a medication that worked really well for me. But unfortunately, after coming off it to have children, once I tried to go back on it, it didn't agree with me anymore. So apart from that time, I would wake up with a feeling of dread, like something bad was going to happen. I knew that nothing bad was going to happen, but that's how it felt. And the way it would feel in my body was that I would have felt sick, basically. Felt sick in my tummy all the way up here. I felt like I wanted to throw up, but through that time I didn't actually throw up like I did when I was a kid. And also that I wanted to go to the toilet, which I did do, sometimes about 4 times every morning. The other thing was that also my mind was really racy, so I'd just be thinking, and mostly because I was trying to stop the way I felt, and I was trying to fight against what I was feeling, and trying to talk myself out of it. And I would cry most mornings. I would just cry, and again, it was basically just out of pure frustration of feeling so yuck and not being able to do anything about it. So how I rewired my brain, what I realized was that the first thing that I would think of when I would wake up in the morning would be, how am I feeling? It almost basically like became a habit, you know, how am I feeling? And I would check my stomach and my chest, mostly my stomach. And so I thought, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let those thoughts be there, let those feelings be there, but I'm going to refocus, as I explained in the other video. So I would be thinking, how am I feeling? I'd have all those yucky feelings. I'd be lying in bed, and I'd be like, okay, relax my body, and I'd refocus on something else. And pretty much for me, I use the doona as the refocus. So I would focus on how cozy the doona felt, how soft it felt, how, I still do now, how protective it feels. I'd also focus on the pillow and how that's kind of like kind of hugging my neck and my head. Focus on the bed and how that feels really nice. And so basically, yeah, I would just focus on that because it was a more pleasant experience. Now, I should explain that for the first, I think about 2 months, I didn't actually have good feelings when I refocused to the doona. So I would be thinking and saying to myself, oh, you know, this doona's nice, it feels so cozy, it feels so protective, it's such a nice feeling. And isn't it nice that I've got a bed? I'm so lucky because I could not have a bed like some people, and they'd be really cold. But I didn't actually have any of those feelings of, any of those good feelings, or even feelings of gratitude for having the bed. I couldn't actually feel those good feelings. basically because my body was still feeling the anxiety. But I'm happy to say that after about 2 months of it, I remember waking up and actually feeling a good feeling, thinking, wow, this is really nice. Oh, I love being in my bed. It's so cozy. I don't want to get out of here. And from then on, it just progressively got better. So sometimes, especially in the beginning, I would have that feeling, oh, this is really nice. And then I'd remember, oh, I don't have any anxiety. And then as soon as I remember that I didn't have anxiety, the anxiety would come. So basically it took a while to really retrain it, but I mean it totally rewired my brain. I don't have it anymore. Every now and then it might pop up, but it's not really, it just doesn't really hang around, and it's not very often. So yeah, I wanted to do that video to explain to you how I did it, so that you might have more of an idea of how to use it, the 3-step technique, and also so that you know that it's totally possible. If I could do it, and I had it for nearly 20 years and it was that severe, you could too. Okay, so good luck.